ActiveCampaign BriteVerify. In this video, we're going to cover talking about using BriteVerify with your ActiveCampaign list to check the status of your contacts. Now, BriteVerify will return back information either valid, invalid, accept all, or unknown. We'll define those as we go along and show you some more information that they provide to be a little more insightful on the contacts you have. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Now to start with, the assumption is you have the Integrate Pro email verification script installed on your site. If not, there should be a link that explains how to get it and how to add it to your site. So we're going to want to go ahead and log in. And the first thing we want to do is click on Accounts. We're going to need to find our ActiveCampaign information and our BriteVerify API key. So let's start with ActiveCampaign. Inside your ActiveCampaign account, you'll want to go to Settings, Developer, click on the URL and copy that, the API URL, come back here. Now we want to get our BriteVerify API key, so you want to log into your BriteVerify account. And they do charge a small fee for this, typically a penny or less if you do a lot of transactions. And you're going to want to go to API keys. Now, here's the statuses explained. Valid, invalid, pretty easy, right? Unknown, and the reason it might be unknown is because the domain that they're testing didn't respond back quickly enough. And then accept all indicates that those domains will say, yep, everything's good on this side, but they can't fully verify that. So they do have more information that they collect down below, and let me show you what you can actually capture. There's additional response attributes, in particular the error codes, and they'll tell you if an email address is invalid, email domain is invalid, email account is invalid. Furthermore, they'll let you know if there's a disposable email address being used. You definitely don't want those on your site. There's certain web server or websites that provide that service. And then, are they role addresses? Now, this is something you want to be careful with. A lot of these don't necessarily want to be on your list or shouldn't be on your list. And they point out that the postmaster @ email address is really one you don't want to put in there. And their analogy is probably pretty close. So from here, we want to copy the API key. And we want to use the backend API key. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this. Back to Integrate Pro email verification, paste the BriteVerify API key in and click Submit. Now that's set up. So the next step is to go to BriteVerify. And before we use this, we actually need to add some tags, or at least have some tags already in our ActiveCampaign account that are appropriate. So I've already set mine up. And I've given tags that are basically include this valid state, invalid, with a little more information. So let me show you that in my ActiveCampaign account. These are my tags I've named a category, and it makes it easy to search when I do that. So they're all the same profile, and then I give it BriteVerify because there's other emails or email checkers that I can use, and then the statuses that they may respond with. So I've got those available. Now I want to go back into here and I want to find those. So I'm going to go ahead and search for Brite. I could have multiple tags. I really don't need that, nor do I want that. And typically that's a one-time deal. Once it's set up, you really don't need to do anything else with regards to setting up tags. You are going to want to copy this ActiveCampaign BriteVerify webhook URL and then go into your ActiveCampaign account and create an automation that will call that webhook. So I'm going to go into here, automation, and I've already created one called BriteVerify. And this is it. Doesn't matter how you get them in there. All you want to do is send them to that webhook. So I want to go ahead here, just paste that in, save it. And then in the automation, you can do something else. Now, you might do this, for instance, when somebody signs up shortly after. Just as soon as they sign up on a list, if they haven't already been through this, send them through there just to verify that they're not giving you a role-based address or a temporary email address. And then if they are, maybe do something appropriately. Ask them to click a link to verify type thing, just to be sure. Otherwise, you might get rid of them. On the other extreme, you can wait till 90 days. Let's say you've got an automation that checks for activity over a 2-3 month period. And if they don't do anything within that time, put them through there. And instead of following up if they're inactive, maybe you're going to just simply remove them because the email is invalid. So anyways, that's how you can use it. Now let's go ahead and test it and find a user that we can put this through. I'm just going to test it out. Instead of putting them in via an automation, I'm going to add them simply manually here and go ahead and click on BriteVerify. Okay, and momentarily it should come back, and if it's worked properly, there should be a tag or tags attached here based on the BriteVerify information. So it does. BriteVerify is saying that it's a valid email address. So that's how you can use ActiveCampaign and BriteVerify.